I let my subscribers ask me anything, and now I'm gonna be answering those questions. We have a decent handful of questions to go through, so we're just gonna get right into it. If you guys want to stay up to date with special upcoming videos like this, then just make sure that you frequently check the community tab on the channel, as well as joining the Discord. I post in both of those quite frequently, talking about upcoming videos and ways that you guys can be featured in upcoming videos. Unfortunately, I forgot to write down who each question came from, so I apologize about that. I'll have to do that for the next one. Anyway, for the first question, what is it like to have the jawline of a god? I mean, do I never really noticed. Is my jawline actually good? If it is actually good, well then, I don't know, I guess it feels nice. When will you go bald? Okay, so this is referring back to before we hit 1K subs. I said that the minute we hit 1K subs, I'll be shaving off all my hair. It won't actually be like me shaving it and going bald, but rather just like completely buzzing it off, getting like the military cut basically. That will still be happening. I explained it in a recent video, but all I'm gonna say is I haven't had the chance or the time to do it, but I will be doing it soon. What kind of soup you like? Honestly, I'm pretty basic. Just, I don't know, give me a bowl of chicken noodle soup, maybe throw some saltine crackers in there, and I'm good to go. What's your favorite video slash series you've made? Oh man, that's like asking me to pick my favorite child. Honestly, if I was told to pick a favorite video, it would probably be the one that I posted back in October. It's like a 6-hour long video, and it was literally just one long let's play from start to finish of the original Resident Evil 4. I have to specify now that it's the original Resident Evil 4 with the remake coming out in a couple of days. And then in terms of favorite series, it would probably be Elden Ring, just because, I don't know, that game is so massive that I've had so many different ideas for content with that game. And even still, despite the fact that I've made like dozens upon dozens of videos on that game, I still have plenty of ideas that I want to make videos on before the DLC comes out. Do you put milk first or cereal? Okay, this is gonna be controversial. I'm one of those weird health nut freaks, and I like tracking my calories and stuff. So I have this food scale that I use quite often, literally like basically every time I eat. So I'll put the bowl on it, I'll hit the button so then it takes away the weight from the bowl, and then I put in the milk, you know, weigh out the milk and then get my calories for that. Then I weigh out the cereal on a different thing and then pour it into the bowl. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I'm a health nut, I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo, I know. But hey, it works for me. I've had the exact same physique for like however many years now. And furthermore, I feel the best that I ever have in my whole life. So, which Pokemon would you smash if you had to pick one? No. Will you go back for the final boss of Bloodborne? My final boss was Murgo's Wet Nurse. I don't really have any intentions to return to the game on video, at least. I mean, I'll play it in my free time at some point, maybe go back and fight the boss, but I don't know. I don't really have any plans to make any more videos on it at this current point in time. Grotesque, are you excited for Dead Island 2? I am most certainly excited for Dead Island 2, okay? I've been playing the original one since launch. Like, you know, it's not something where I play it, like, every day or even, like, you know, every month or whatever. But usually at least once a year, if not a bit more, I'll go back to the game, whether it's just to play for a bit and mess around with all the different fun modifications in the game, or whether it is to go back and do a complete playthrough. I've played through that game so many times, not only solo, but with, like, friends back in the day on Xbox 360. I have so many great memories with the original game. I was heavily anticipating Dead Island 2 back when they announced it in like, what, 2014, and then it never ended up happening, but here we are, it's 2023, and the game will finally, hopefully, be actually coming out, so I'm really excited for it. What do you enjoy most about making content? I enjoyed the entire process. Recording, editing, making thumbnails, working on sponsorship and partnership deals behind the scenes, communicating with you guys in the Discord and in the comments, and I love the whole process. I love everything about content creation and all the opportunities that I have been given through my career choice. This is literally the best job in the world. Is it the easiest job in the world? Most definitely no, but I love what I do. Even though this isn't like the easiest job in the world by any means, and sometimes it can be quite challenging, that personally never bothers me, and I never find any of it to really be like a challenge, just because, I mean, I don't know, I love what I do. Favorite indie game? I'm so glad I was asked this. My favorite indie game is a game that came out last year called Trek to Yomi. That was actually my game of the year for 2022. I know that's a massive hot take. Everybody's gonna be like, wait, no, what about God of War? Wait, no, but Elden Ring. I'm sorry, okay, I loved God of War 2018, but I didn't get to play Ragnarok yet. I refuse to pay full price for games anymore. I just don't do it, unless it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the only one that I, like, pre-order every single year. I'm a sucker. God of War, as much as I know that game's gonna be, like, top tier once I do play it, I'm just waiting for that to drop down in price. And then Elden Ring, yeah, it's a good game, but Trek to Yomi just stuck with me more. Basically, if you don't know what Trek to Yomi is, it's heavily inspired by those old, like, Japanese black and white samurai movies. I think, like, Harakiri, Yojimbo is how I think you say it. The Hidden Fortress, Throne of Blood, Seven Samurai, The 47 Ronin. Like, I love movies like that. And Trek to Yomi was basically just, like, a game full of that. Like, everything about this game was on point. The combat, the soundtrack, the graphics, the art direction, the level design, everything was just perfect. Oh, and the sound design in the game, Don't even get me started. The sounds are like the swords clashing and the way that the music and the environments is just... It's so good. Please play Trek to Yomi if you haven't played it. It's on Game Pass, and even then, like, it's so cheap even if you don't have Game Pass. It's totally worth every penny. Which games have you planned for the upcoming 2/3 months, or at least games you'd like to make videos about? I don't know. Elden Ring, more Souls DLC stuff. I do want to return to Minecraft at some point because some people really like those videos, but otherwise... I don't know, at this point, I'm really just winging it till we hear more about Elden Ring DLC, if I'm gonna be honest. Other than gaming, what is one of your favorite things to do that's not gaming-oriented? Like, do you play play sports? What is that? Do you play sports or watch anime, etc.? I do watch anime. If I had to name, like, my top animes, does Pokemon count as an anime? I count as an anime, so I'd say, like, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and then obviously, you know, it goes like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT. As controversial as this may be to say, I actually liked Dragon Ball GT. Sure, I know it's not technically canon, but I liked it. I've also been a huge Naruto fan since I was a kid. I like One Piece, however, I'm a little behind on One Piece to say the least. I'm not too far behind, but I'm still like 50 episodes behind, so you know, it's 50 episodes. That's still a decent bit that I gotta catch up on. And then there's other ones, but when it comes to like my top 3, I'd probably say like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Pokemon. I don't know if it's just because I'm Asian or what, but I'm a sucker for that aesthetic and art style, and there's just something about anime that hits different, you know? It just feels so real, and it's always so easy to fall in love with those characters. Like, I love it. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really do anything else. Like, I live a really simple life, okay? I play video games, I make videos, I watch anime, like, I don't know, whenever I'm eating food, I'll, like, watch anime then. Also, sometimes, like, watch YouTube videos before I go to sleep or something like that, but, man, I live a really simple life. I like running. Maybe that counts as a hobby, like, every day I go out and run 6 miles just so that I can stay in good physical condition, but otherwise, yeah, dude, I'm simple. What do you think is the most overrated Souls boss and underrated Souls boss? Overrated Souls boss? I thought for a while about this, and honestly, I couldn't even think of one. I'm just very out of touch with the Souls community at this point. I stopped paying attention to it just because most of it is just sheer negativity. If I had to pick a boss that I would say is maybe just a bit overrated, I would say people go way too crazy over Godfrey when he's not that special of a fight, or at least not top 5 material, in my opinion. Everybody goes crazy about it, but I just really don't see it, and I know his lore, but even with the lore, I'm just like, you know, it's a good fight. It's definitely one of the ones that I look to most in Elden Ring, but I don't see all the hype for him, really. If you ask me, I honestly feel like he honestly felt like kind of out of place in the game. That's not to say he's bad, but he was just like very cartoonish. He felt like something straight out of Street Fighter. I fight as Haru! Like, that's not something that you see in a Souls game. And then most underrated Souls boss, I would say Soul of Cinder. Soul of Cinder is criminally underrated, and that is still my favorite boss fight in any Souls game, period. Lore, gameplay, mechanics, aesthetics and spectacle, the soundtrack, everything is on point, and the fact that it like wraps up and concludes the trilogy is just so good. Some people try to say that Gale is technically the end of the Souls trilogy, but if you're playing the game, you know, the credits roll after you defeat Soul of Cinder. When I do a DS3 playthrough, I beat all the bosses, and then before Soul of Cinder, I go do the DLC, I take out Gale, and then I go take out Soul of Cinder, because sure, in terms of like thematics, technically Gale would be a good closer for the Souls trilogy. I just feel like with Soul of Cinder and that whole callback to DS1 and just the fight as a whole, and then the ending afterwards, there's something about Soul of Cinder. I feel like that right there is the perfect ending to the Souls trilogy right there. Like, that's the best final boss. And the fact that, you know, he has all these different builds he can switch between, like long sword and the curved sword and the mage stuff, and then he pulls out Gwyn's sword. Like, it basically forces you to use everything that you know. Every enemy type is wrapped up in this one boss right here. Like, the last 3 games have been leading up to this moment where you have to use everything that you know about these enemies and these enemy types against this one boss. I just love Soul of Cinder. That's my opinion, though. It is still my favorite fight in From Software's entire catalog, period. How old are you, and did you/do you play any sports? I'm 47, and no, I do not play sports, and I never did. I know I'm Asian, and, you know, a lot of Asians, like, play soccer or whatever, but that's just not me, man. I don't leave my room. I couldn't care less about sports, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm a gamer, and I don't even pay attention to esports. More or less than 4 inches? I was gonna say more until I realized it said inches and not centimeters. Can you do the thug shake? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, yeah, that's all the questions I got. Again, if you guys want to be featured in one of these videos, just remember to always stay active over in the community tab of the channel, as well as the Discord. The Discord is probably, like, hands down the best place to be in order to know about everything before anybody else. Also, just a quick announcement, I am currently working on another partnership, and even though my link is available right now, I don't know if I'm technically allowed to talk about it until I make a certain video on it, so I'm not gonna say explicitly what it is now, but just know that there will be a video coming coming out relatively soon that is connected to a new partner of the channel. Anyway, as always, a shout out to the patrons and channel members: Karma's Faye, Grandma, Liberty Tab, Big Daddy, Matty, Chalupasaurus Rex, Razak, Polar, Radio, Webster, Lamas, Bianca, Purgatory, Jipkistan, Mel, Alaskan, Computer Magic, Mason Irving, Joe I-15, Fluency71, Aaron Reynolds, and Unknown. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. And remember, don't go hollow. Peace.